All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody's doing well today. As always, let's turn off all distractions, grab pen and paper, let's take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. And we want to make sure we start our day off by taking massive action. And the action stands for accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for the outcome, sending yourself, body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading, trust in your education, strategy, trade skills, and intuition. Imagine your trade successfully materializing, obeying your trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed or fear, and never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced. All right. So, got some things to get updated on this morning. Rate statement last night. So, if everybody can hear me okay, drop me a one in the chat. All right, perfect. Appreciate it. So, let's hop over to trading economics. We'll see what the Reserve Bank of New Zealand had to say yesterday. All right. And there we go. All right. So, Reserve Bank of New Zealand delivers a 50 basis point cut, uh, putting it down at 4.75 during its October meeting, marking the second consecutive rate cut in line with market expectations. New Zealand's annual inflation rate eased to 3.3% in Q2 of 2024 from 4% in the previous quarter and below market expectation of 3.5. This also marked the lowest inflation reading since Q2 of 2021, bringing it back within the central bank's target range of 1 to 3%. Uh, New Zealand's economy now faces excessive capacity, prompting adjustments in price and wage settings toward a lower inflation environment. Consequently, the Reserve Bank opted to ease monetary policy to maintain stable inflation while minimizing disruptions to output, employment, interest rates, and the exchange rate. So, it's what the market expected, right? But now they're making sure that they don't see any adverse reactions on the other side, right? So they're continuing to ease things so that things can stay stable. All right. So that's what happened last night on the interest rate front. Um, Japan manufacturing mood. Manufacturers in Japan, the sentiment rose by 7 in October from positive 4 in September as firms become more confident about business conditions. Although lingering uncertainty about China's economic recovery continued to weigh on sentiment, most Japanese sectors reported improvements in business confidence, with chemicals, food leading the gains. Um, so, positive sentiment coming out of the business sector in Japan. Okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. These others, um, things are kind of on hold as everybody's looking to see what's going to happen with the stimulus in China. Okay. Will they move forward with some additional cash, or will they not? Right. So that is waiting to be seen. Here, German exports unexpectedly rise. Um, we read that one yesterday. Um, we talked about that yesterday. Interesting. Um, yeah, so that's where we are there. Over to the calendar. There we have that cash statement. Um, we had quite a few FOMC members come to the microphone yesterday. The one that I briefly saw was Bostic, and he was essentially saying that they need to make sure that they're moving at a good pace, right? And they're moving closer to their target. But inflation is still quite a ways away. Um, so they want to continue to remain cautious there. On the front today, 2 o'clock, FOMC meeting minutes. That's what we're looking forward to today to see what the conversation was and what details were given in that meeting, to get a better understanding of the Fed's position and what they're looking for as we move through the rest of this month, toward their October rate statement. And then tonight, PPI data for the Bank of Japan. All right. Benny, good morning, bro.
Ryan, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How you doing today, Ryan?
I am doing all right, man. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Doing great.
Beautiful. Talk to me. Anything top of mind for you, from a fundamental perspective?
No, man, just waiting on these meeting minutes and then I mean you covered it all, the 50 basis points coming out of New Zealand, watching the price action on those pairs. But that's about it, man.
Cool deal. Yeah. Those pairs are actually moving in the way that we kind of expected them to overall. So
Yeah, and then like I said, just continuing to watch what's going on in China, with the stimulus, seeing how long that momentum is gonna last. I see it starting to subside a little bit with some of the stocks.
yeah,
But just seeing how long that optimism is going to last. That's definitely helped the markets.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It definitely did. I'm curious as well to see if they reverse that narrative and actually send more cash.
Yeah, yeah. So just continue to watch that. And like I said again, like all eyes waiting on those meeting minutes this afternoon. So it'll be interesting once the market opens today. What type of price action we get, knowing that that's coming up at what's that? Is that 2 o'clock today?
2 o'clock. Yep.
2 o'clock. Yeah. So don't be surprised if things pause a little bit because
Yeah.
everybody's waiting on those minutes. So, but that's it.
Cool deal, man. Appreciate you, bro. Team, you guys got any questions or anything fundamentally that came up in your movement throughout the day? No. What's happening with that gas?
I had posted an article last night. I have to go back to it because I can't remember offhand.
I got you. I'm going to the community as well. Let's see. I didn't have a chance to jump in there yesterday.
It was given a short term outlook, but I was kind of confused. Even though it was saying it was short term, it was projecting to 2025.
Oh, I got you. Um, this month we published Weather Fuels Outlook that details expectations for energy expenditures this winter. So this one is basically talking about just the winter season and where they expect things. Uh, I have to read more into this one, and then get back to you on that. And we can take a look at the chart to see what's happening technically. Um, I'll read through this for sure and have some feedback for you. You're welcome. All right, let's hop over to the charts. DXY. We're just hovering sideways, right? Trying to push a little bit north here. Stochastic still in that sell zone. But yesterday we were just indecisive, right? We could at least start the way that way today once the market opens ahead of those meeting minutes. Um, but just moving sideways at the moment on the DXY, which expected, um, considering where we are with the Fed. So not a ton happening there. Check the 4 out, right? We did tap that D extension on that 4-hour fib. Stochastic on the 4-hour pushing back into that sell zone. So we'll continue to monitor to see how things bounce back and forth here. This would be your new. Once we get the swing high to form, we'll get a new fib to pop in here, right? If that stays lower, it'll look like that. So we'll watch and wait there. But overall, just consolidating here. So we'll look to see what direction we break out of this range. There. All right. So nothing doing there at the moment. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick look at the NZD pairs. Then I want to look at more of the indices ahead of those meeting minutes to see how the stock market is and could respond. So that's my thoughts on the day to day. Pound New Zealand pushing long, right? Stochastic pushing into that sell zone, but we had the swing low to form, and then we started our trek to the upside yesterday. Ahead of that decision, we had some indecision, and then you see the bullish response afterward. All right, so we're headed north on this pound NZD. We zoom out, take a look at that capital fib, and that's what we've been expecting, right? Continued move to the upside. Once we get back to this daily level here, right, we'll take a look to see what happens, but looking for price to continue moving long against the New Zealand dollar, at least for now. Okay, at least for now. So headed north, down on the 4. Yeah, this is where we are on the 4, right? Those fibs on the back and forth got taken out. So we got an 80-20 scenario here. Stochastic moving down, price moving up, got a little bit of divergence. Maybe we get a pullback, but we could just continue to track to the upside there. Okay. So we'll watch this and be patient for things to align. Stochastic on the daily, swing high on the daily to see if we're going to get that reversal. But we could continue tracking to the upside on this one, considering those rate cuts. And they continue to ensure that they're able to ease policy to make sure things stay stable in New Zealand. So we'll see how the market responds at the open. Coming down to the 1, all right, there's our fresh AB boundary, and we're pushing to the upside. Okay, so headed long on the pound NZD. I don't know if anybody's still holding this from the original positions, but or even from this swing low, but been a beautiful, beautiful track to the upside off the swing low, and it's looking like more to come. That's 500 pips there off of this level, 487. So beautiful move to the upside, and we'll look for that to continue. Questions on the pound NZD?
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
yeah, I got you. Joy said she got stopped out and then it ran. So waiting for a nice pullback on it. I dig it. I dig it. Cool deal. Um, NZDJPY. Not a ton happening here, right? Um, we got a 382 on the retracement, stochastic pushing down into that buy zone, but we're just trapped in this range right now. You got expectations of the Bank of Japan continuing to hold, continue to be patient, right? Um, so no rate changes. And then you got cuts from New Zealand. So we're range bound right now, coming into the bottom of the range. We'll see if the support level holds and see if we get a push back to the upside here. Um, Essentially, that's my thought on this, but I am not in any active trades on this, excuse me. But a 786 retracement, looking for a price to at least make it back to the tops here around $98. Around $98. A little bit further, 99 ish, between 98 and 99. So watching that there, see if we do get a break back to the upside and then ultimately break the consolidation long. I read an article last night. There are some people in Japan, some experts saying that they don't expect the Bank of Japan to make any decisions until um, between January and March. Obviously, depending on how data continues to track, but um, they're thinking more around the annual wage negotiations to see where that negotiation stands. As they just had that major increase last year, to get updates on where things are and how companies are tracking there. So it'll be interesting to see if that narrative continues to extend out for the Bank of Japan. And if it does, we'll see these yen crosses just continue to rise, as Benny alluded to this weekend. So we'll continue to watch that and see how things go. Down on the four, right? We got a 382 there, but we're just chopping. So not a ton on this NZDJPY. Just waiting to see how things move overall and see if we're able to break out of this range here. Okay. So that's where we sit on the one. You got a 618 retracement. Let's see if we get price to turn over and get to that D extension there. Okay. So that's the NZD JPY, NZD dollar. This one is running down, right? You got the dollar overall has been bullish, but consolidating past couple days, right? And got rate cuts here. So this one I'm intrigued about. We got stochastic in the buy zone, price pressing down. We had a previous level of support that we just broke. All right. We're breaking that level now. We'll see if we close this level bearish. Okay. With stochastic in the buy zone, I want to see because we also have previous resistance here that we're also sitting at, right? So does this turn into a level of support? It held that support there, was resistance here, right? So key level for sure. Um, do we get price to settle in this zone and give us a move back to the upside, right? Giving us somewhat of a crown type pattern. Obviously, we'll see what the meeting minutes have to say today, and then we'll see what CPI says. I believe it's tomorrow, right? But do we get that type of action there? Okay. Um, Strong bearish move to the downside, right? Haven't had a retracement yet. Do we get one and then get a continuation down? So that's what I'm intrigued to see, right? Watching the data, seeing how things move there. As we come down to the 4, you see that a little bit more closely, right? We're sitting at a 618 retracement on the 4 hour. Okay. So do we get that type of action? Do we push down, settle in, consolidate in this range, and then pull back? Okay. If we run a fib off the high there, you got an 80-20 on is that the one I wanted? There we go. You got an 80-20 on the sub fib to the downside. Okay. So some confluence there, 618, 80-20. Do we hold and do we get a reversal? Set us up for that crown pattern. So that I'm watching this develop closer to see if we can just settle in here, right, and get a retracement before continuation to the downside. Okay, so as we come down to the 1, you got a fresh AB boundary there at that support level. Okay, so watching that to see how things go, but tracking this off with a 4. Right, and looking to see if we get a nice retracement here. And maybe it continues, right? Depending on what happens with the dollar and the data, but looking for at least a retracement here, right? Getting us back deep into the zone, and then we'll assess where we are fundamentally to see if we might have some opportunity for this to turn back over and head back in the favor of the dollar. Okay, you guys follow me on this one? Yeah. Yeah, got it. Cool.
Yep.
So that's what we're looking for there on this New Zealand dollar. Okay. So keep that one, keep your eyes on that one, and we'll see how things track. NZD Swissy. Daily. Coming down, right? Got 80-20 on the daily time frame. Swing high, we're pressing down, coming into a level of support. Coming into a level of support, stochastic in the buy zone, right? So similar deal here. Now with the Swissy, that'll be interesting to see how it fares. But turnover back to the upside, at least in the short term, could be what we see, and we'll see how. I'm still trying to figure out the Swiss franc. All right, we got some safe haven movement there with things happening in the Middle East, but do we continue to see that movement? We potentially could. So does this turn into something similar to the dollar, where we get a head and shoulder type action here? And that reversal back down. So watching this development to see how it moves, but this level is held pretty strong. Okay, so I'm curious to see what happens there. On the 4, right, you see we're pressing deeper into the zone. So do we come down and take this A out and get to that support level before we get that reversal? And that'll give us this move to the downside. Okay, we just wicked this 382 here and we're pressing down, right? So do we get a reversal in the pullback? If we get to the support and take out that A. So seeing how this develops also. Okay. Then on your 1, if we push down in that zone, that'll give us an 80-20 on the 1 hour. Right. So we got some confluence if we get that type of action. So again, waiting to see how the market opens, how we move throughout the day to day, see if we're able to get that type of yeah, definitely could create a head and shoulder. So looking to see if we get that action, all right, if we get that action down and then a move back up. Okay. So that's my thoughts on the NZD Swissy. Questions on this one? Nope. All right. Cool beans. And then the NZD CAD. on the one, since we're here, we got an 80-20 setting up there, right? Canadian dollar been gaining strength with the strength of oil, um, sitting at a key support level. All right, so ultimately this is where we are. I'll go back to the daily, but 80-20 on the 1 hour, potential retracement. And then we'll see if we get continuation. Okay. So let's go back. Daily time frame. Press down. All right. This is the overall move, right? So we got an 8-6 retracement. We stayed just inside that AB boundary, and we're moving back down to the downside. But we got a stochastic in the buy zone. So similar narrative to the others. Do we get a pullback and give us a? We did take out that low, so this technically would be a crown pattern, all right? But do we get a pullback and get that crown type action and a continuation to the downside for this overall capital fib on the daily, get a continuation move, ultimately making our way to 79,627 potentially. Okay, so I'm curious to see if that is the track that would take on these New Zealand pairs. Okay, here on the 4, now the fib coming off the high, all right, and so you see 80-20 push down maybe a little bit more. We just wicked that 118 level there, right? But do we get another push down firmly into that zone and then give us a nice reversal back to the upside? Okay, we got stochastic pushing out of the sell zone, so we could potentially see that move down a little bit further and then see if we get that reversal. Okay, so 80-20 on the 4 and 80-20 on the 1. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on the NZD CAD. See if we get a reversal, just pull back, and then potential continuation to the downside on this. Questions? Nope.
Nope.
All right. Feel. 1 second. Other list here. Hold on 1 second, everybody. All right, so let's take a look at some of these indices and stocks to see where things are sitting right now. Oh, since I clicked on this one, this is oil moving to the downside, right? Continue that push down as we said we wanted to see, right? We're getting closer to the area that I'm watching, 618 retracement, 786 area. So looking for another push to the downside. We got stochastic in the buy zone on the 4. But right, previous resistance, I want to see that retested and hold that support, right? And then look for another move back to the upside there. Okay, so that's oil in its retracement phase. And there we are on the 80-20 moving to the downside. Okay, so continue to watch that. Looking for the low price there. Okay. So that's oil. We looked at the S&P 500 yesterday. We're still in that consolidation. Hold on 1 second. My bad, everybody. Looked at the S&P 500 yesterday. Let's take a look. We still look at nat gas. NGS. I don't look at this one regularly, but clean this up a little bit. We'll take that off. And there we are. All right, so this is net gas. Got that 618 retracement, just been bouncing back and forth, but we got double bottom here on the daily, and we're pressing back long. Trying to pull back a little bit, stochastic is in the sell zone. Right, so do we get a retracement and then a continuation to the upside on this? Right, overall looking long, especially as we go into the winter months. You also have a crown pattern here. Right, see if we get that continued move to the upside there. See if we get that continued move to the upside to complete that crown pattern. But um, pulling back right now, right, with stochastic in the sell zone. We come down to the 4. Loading slow here. We'll run fibs off this low, just track them up from there. All right, so we took out the A on that move down. So we'll flip the fib and we'll run it to the downside. All right, so that's that consolidation back and forth. So come off the right shoulder of the crown. Oh, the right tip of the crown, sorry. Boom. And there we are. All right, so off that right tip of the crown, this is the pullback that we're looking at here. Stochastic pushing out of that sell zone. So let's see if we can get down to the 618-786 retracement area, right? And then look for some buying opportunity on this. See if we get a bounce back to the upside there. Okay. So let's watch and see how things travel here. Okay. So that's on the 4 to the 1. Boom. All right. See if we stay inside that AB boundary on the 1. Okay. But overall in the retracement phase, right? See if we press a little bit deeper. See if we can get a deeper press, get price to settle in, and then look for a reversal on this back to the upside. Overall long. Questions here? Weekly petroleum report comes out at 10:30. Okay, sweet. All right, cool deal. NASDAQ kind of push back to the upside. Daily, right? We got our 618 retracement, been moving to the upside, didn't pull back and retest this previous level. Similar to that S&P 500, we're consolidating. We got a stochastic in the buy zone, right? So we'll see what happens today with the data, see if we get a push. See if we get a push back to the upside here, right? And that continuation long, making our way to that 21,000 range. Okay, so that's on the daily. Coming down to the 4. Boom. Right, 80-20 didn't get a deep retracement here, so let's see what the data has to say. Okay, so we might get another push back down to the downside before we continue long, or we push deeper into the 118 and 127 zone. So we'll see what the data has to say. I mean, the meeting minutes this afternoon, and then data tomorrow. Right, CPI data and then PPI on Friday. See if we get any additional insight there that could cause for pause with the Fed, right? So let's see what happens there. And then on the 1, this is how we're tracking. Okay, we got to that 382 level there, but is there a deeper push to come back and retest this 19,278 level? Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. That's the NASDAQ. Any questions?
No, sir.
Nope. All right. Um, let's take a look back at NVIDIA. Continuing to track to the upside. Let's come back. Daily. We're headed there. Right? We're headed there. 786 retracement. Matching extension. 137.55. Right? We didn't get this additional pullback here that I was looking for, but that's okay. Right? Pulled back a little bit, and then we turned back over, headed back to the upside. Right? Created another swing low here. Right? Take off. So headed along the sub 50 extension, uh getting ready to hit, right? And the matching D extension off that capital fib is just above, right? So we are headed to the target, right? Headed to the target. So we'll continue to monitor NVIDIA and see how things continue to track. All right. Down on the 4, there's that sub fib off the low there. Okay. That's that matching extension. Boom, 135.92. So beautiful move to the upside. You see breaks and retests, right, all the way through, creating those stair steps, and we're continuing to head long. Just took out that B boundary, headed to the D extension, right? So that one is in sight. And then on your 1, right, that 1 hour D extension, we got to a 382, 1 hour D extension in line with that daily level. And we'll see those levels be hit sometime soon. Right, so NVIDIA is moving in the direction that we wanted it to. Okay. Questions on NVIDIA? And don't be surprised if these levels also get taken out and they continue to ride to the upside.
No, so I'm aware. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I was
You
just
good?
aware that Nvidia is having a AI summit right now. So I think this will be a contributing factor to the prices driving up even more.
Oh, that's happening right.
Yes,
Interesting. Okay.
for 3 days. I'll forward the link. I'll see if you can find it.
Yeah, please.
All right, then, no worries.
Appreciate that.
Thank
Yep,
you.
October 7th to the 9th. Yep, today's the last day of it. Gotcha. In Washington. All right.
Hey Ryan.
All right. Yes, sir.
Hey, that Planeteer man continues to
Man,
show up in articles.
let me go look at that.
That's it.
Okay. Happy birthday. My bad, Benny.
That's all right. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Kay. Let's go look at it. Cause yeah, we got put on that one long time ago. Um, what's the symbol on that one?
PLTR.
PLTI, that's it. Planeteer Technology. Look at this. It was Ann that put us on this one, right? Clean this up. But look at this. We're talking about this back when it was in the single low double digits. And look at the takeoff. 80-20. Lingered in the zone. Take off to the upside. That's crazy. That's that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah,
We can see the power in this bullet.
any type of correction, man. Take it.
Yeah, I'm looking for one, bro. I am looking for one.
Just let it go.
Definitely looking for one. What are they saying? I haven't caught up on the articles on it. What are they saying?
A major player in the space, man.
Major player.
Yeah, major player.
Boom. Yeah, let's look for some pullbacks on this, guys. Let's see if we can get a pullback on it. Man, oh man, oh man. That probably took all of that out. Let's see.
It's up more than 140% this year.
140% this year. Ooh. Oh, come on, Ryan. Oh, there we go. See if we can get a pullback on that. Pushing to 118, 127 zone. We also got an 80-20 on the daily. See if we can get a retracement to give us a low price. That'd be beautiful. Give us a low price to hop in this one and take this ride north. I like it. I like it. Keep this one on your radar, everybody. Keep it on your radar. I love it. I love it. Oh, I want to look at MCHI. Chinese ETF. Got a gap down and a pullback, right? And we looked at this, we were rising out of the zone. We were rising out of that zone and look at the takeoff. Look at the takeoff. So waiting on the swing how to form here, right? It's just been gapping to the upside with all of the news out of China, right? So we'll look for swing how to form, boom, right? I would love for it to come back to the $40 range. I don't know if it will though. Um, but would love to see a decent pullback here. Okay, this is on the 4, and you see that capital fib on the 4 push to that 118 level, immediate rejection retracement. All right, so can we come deeper in the zone on the retracements and then get a low price to get back long on this? Okay, would love to see price get down into the sweet spot. This is another one to keep your eyes on, um, as China's trying to figure things out. Okay. And down on your 1. Boom, there's your 80-20. There was your 80-20, right? So pullback, continuation to the downside is what I'd like to see here. So keep your eyes on that one. See if we can get $50 range, mid 40s, potential good buying opportunities. But looking for this one overall, just continue to the upside, right? I think there's tons of upside um in the Chinese economy, right? And where things are. Um, even though the talk right now is negative, I think over the long term we see this rise. I think we see this rise. So that's where we are on MCHI. Pullbacks and continuations to the upside here. Yeah. Questions on MCHI? Oh, okay. VTIIYW. Still range bound here on the daily, right? On VTI. This level looks like it might hold here, right? And continue this track to the upside. And that's our overall move. We got just shy of a 618 retracement. We got a little bit of crown action here, right? And we're continuing that move to the upside. Right, there's that crown action there. Beautiful right tip. So we're looking for that to continue to the upside there. Okay, get us to the D extension and then further. So looking for VTI to continue moving long. We got a new swing low confirmed here at this daily level, right? With the 2 candles to the right there, right? So swing low confirmed, stochastic in the buy zone, right? So looking for this to continue moving long. Looking for that to continue moving long here. Okay. Down on your 4. This is what that smaller wave looks like. There's that retest of that B boundary. And we're trying to make that move. All right. Down on your 1. That's where we are. See what. And we got a nice cloud break there. Back to the upside. We don't have a Kumo twist yet, right? Still consolidating. But see if we can get a twist back to the upside. Already got lagging span above price. Let's see what happens there. But looking long here on VTI as well with that swing low confirmation at this daily level and B boundary. All right. So questions on VTI? No. IYW long. Boom. There we go. There we go. 8-6 retracement. Stochastic pushing down into that buy zone, right? We got a new swing low there on the daily. Headed long. Headed long. Right? So looking for that matching the extension there, at least at 159.72. Then look for pullbacks and continuation, right? But headed to the upside there on IYW. Coming back to the 4. There we go. All right, similar story. So resistance served as support. We got a bounce. Okay. So continuing to head long, see if we can break this level of resistance here and continue that trend toward the matching D extension. Okay. These daily levels are powerful, man. They are powerful, right? So as I'm building out my long-term portfolio, right? Continuing to add positions at these swing lows is extremely powerful. Boom. 618 retracement. That's what that swing low on the daily formed, right? Takeoff, cloud break, Kumo twist, lagging span, continuation. And that's IYW headed long. Questions? And we could see some pullbacks in some of these, depending on how the data goes and what the Fed has to say. But ultimately, overall, we're looking to the upside. On the ETFs, pullbacks on your indices potentially, and then looking at low prices to get back long. Benny, anything before I wrap it up, bro?
No, sir. Really good session, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. All right, good people. We will be back at it tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. You guys have a phenomenal day. Miss K, enjoy your birthday. You have a great day. And accountability group meeting tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you got time, tap in with them. And we will see you in the morning. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Happy birthday, Kate.
Thank you very much, guys. Happy birthday, Kay.